Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome to Sherlock Holmes vs. Jack the Ripper. And it's a bit of an unusual pick, I will grant you, but I mentioned this in my favorite top horror games list, in the lower end, mind you, but still. And this is going to be an interesting one because this is one of those games that has a lot of jank. The graphics look very, very, very dated and even bad for their time, I will have to imagine, and all that. So it's more like it has heart and it has some cool things in it, but it'll be slow paced. It'll look, very polygony and almost funny, really, and all that. But I remember enjoying this, even though it's a bit of a hard puzzle game, I feel. But let's see where we end up with this one. And we start in Sherlock's home, I think.
In the name of my health and yours, Holmes, stop smoking so much. There is more fog in our apartment than in the street.
You are right, Watson, but this evening is never ending, and I have nothing to do but make smoke rings. A more amusing pastime would suit better, but my doctor is against it.
Perhaps a little tune on the violin.
My heart is not in it tonight, Watson. Have you noticed how this cigarette burns? Would you not say it is like a life being consumed? How many lives will end tonight in London? How many crimes will be committed within the life of a single cigarette? Ah, the vanity of existence. It is but complaints and smoke, the meagre panache of its sickly soul.
The tobacco is giving you very somber thoughts. I am certain that this inactivity will not last. Let's retire. You'll be in better humour tomorrow.
Reason speaks. Let's to bed.
Awesome. There's an intro for you, so we're indeed Sherlock Holmes there. And I'm a big fan of all the Sherlock Holmes things, and most of the games even, and of this series, and it speaks to me in a weird way, and I know it looks like it's held together with, like, tape and some sticks and all that, but it's almost part of the appeal, really. But also, when you really just get used to what you're looking at and you just, let yourself sink into it a bit, I found a lot of atmosphere with this game when I played this last time, so let's see. And this would be the Whitechapel area of London, which looks rather, well, not super inviting. Yeah, Whitechapel, London, indeed. 31st of August, 1888, 3:20 a.m. Ooh. And only some of the street lights work, and looks menacing and not too, yes. And there we have an interesting, odd little scene.
Come this way, my lovely. We'll have a right good time.
Oh.
Wait, let me help you.
I think
Oh, it's my hair that pleases you.
well, it has some polygons in it for sure. Oh. That's happened then. Oh, and ow. I think we have a murder. I think Jack the Ripper has struck. I get it. We can go forward. Ooh, that looks not too healthy, I think. That's bad. Yes. Well, the game is starting to be afoot. Baker Street, September 1st,
the
1888.
News is as dark as the sky, Holmes.
9:35
An
a.m.
inquest has been opened into the murder of a poor woman in the East End. The unfortunate girl was discovered last night, lying in the street, still warm. The murderer was filled with an incredible savagery. Oh, the article gave me shivers down my spine. The inspectors in charge of the case don't seem to have even the slightest lead. A similar murder took place less than a month ago.
Ah, love. A romantic walk, a kiss in the moonlight, a polite refusal, a terrible anger, and a hanging.
This area of Whitechapel is a disgrace to London. The government should take serious note of what is going on there.
Whitechapel? This woman was found in Whitechapel?
Yes, indeed. Bucks Row, to be specific.
Then it was not a question of romance, but of commerce. Unless these women actually take pleasure in the vice, the female nature is completely...
Holmes, do you hear yourself? A woman is dead under unspeakable circumstances. No less than any other, she was a human and one of Her Majesty's subjects. None of these streetwalkers of which you speak have any other way to survive but by selling their bodies. You know as well as I that our era is not a gentle one, and these women don't have much to look forward to. Some grace, if you would. Do not refuse them your compassion.
Do not say another word, my dear Watson. We shall leave immediately for Whitechapel.
To the scene of the crime?
No, I think it would be better to arrive there a bit later once night has fallen. At the moment, the spot will be overrun by police officers and spectators. It would be impossible to investigate properly.
Then where are we going, Holmes?
The best thing to do would be to head to the police station and attempt to get a copy of the preliminary reports.
But the article in the Star seemed quite complete to me.
You must know, Watson, that journalists often draw conclusions from the facts without a proper understanding of how to do this delicate task. We must obtain the reports from the inspector in charge, as well as those from the coroner.
Very well, Holmes, but all the same.
It seems to me that I have a map of London somewhere, Watson. Can you find it and locate Whitechapel while I get ready?
You are too kind, Holmes. Searching through your mess?
Ooh, and I'm not going to read all of the newspapers, point by point out loud. We would be here literally until like next Christmas, not the Christmas of this year even, but like the next one after that in 15, 16, whatever months, 14 months. Anyway, so I'll read the stuff that seems short and important, and then I'll just you control double click, but. Luckily, we don't have to do the point and click thing because we have a first-person mode, which is that's the way to play these games always. If you get the chance, you should absolutely do the first-person mode because that's just a lot easier to handle everything. And I can press space to highlight all the things I can look at when I'm sort of just facing them, so that's good, or even interact with. So...
Well, Holmes has received some French champagne, with a card, a gift from a young admirer, signed Raoul d'Andrecy. Who on earth could that be?
Right, and just to check...
Holmes's experiment table.
And this room is actually filled with a few memorabilia things, like, for example...
The Adventure of the Dancing Men. I remember it well.
I actually don't. I think I've played through at least, not played through all of them, all of the Sherlock Holmes games, but I've played at least a bit of, I pretty much feel most of them, and I think all of the Frogwares one, so I don't know what's that referring to. It might be a classic story of him, because I haven't read a lot of Sherlock Holmes, though.
The Queen's initials done in bullet holes. Good old Holmes.
Good old Holmes, yes. And also, I mean... So Holmes feels that we should go to the scene of the crime after it has been trampled by everyone, because then it's easier to investigate. Sure. But then again, it's better to not to question Sherlock Holmes, I feel. Let's just check for a couple of things more. Oh, sorry. Like, for example...
This is how Holmes stores his post. Thank goodness his clients don't see this.
Indeed.
This is the coal bucket in which Holmes keeps his cigars. What a funny idea.
He's a peculiar man.
Colonel Gordon, during the last adventure of the resident patient.
There we go.
Switzerland, a charming country. Perhaps Holmes and I shall investigate one day.
I think that's the Reichenbach Falls, which is a reference to the death of Sherlock Holmes, the story, so...
Holmes uses this old Persian slipper to hold his pipe tobacco.
If you say so.
This is the harpoon that pierced the sailor Peter the Black. Bizarre little relic.
And this is indeed a slow-paced game, and the graphics are very, very polygony. It's a lot of sharp corners, and on top of that, I think it's an old enough game that it probably doesn't quite work quite properly in modern computers. So I don't know if we'll reach a game-breaking glitch or something, but we'll just see what happens. Let's hope not. But let's just anything to really... Nope. Looks good. Okay, good. And now I think we're ready to probably go. I mean, check the violin, sure.
Holmes's violin? He doesn't play nearly enough, if you ask me.
Fair enough. And I don't think I can open the door.
Have you found the map of London, Watson? Come, my friend, it can't be too far. Be sure to locate the police station in Whitechapel we must get to.
Understood, Holmes.
Yes, I think now we've even checked pretty much everything in the room anyway, so we can just go forward. We didn't have to check it, but I like to, take in my surroundings, at least in this room for a bit, to see where we're at with the game. And I actually, I kind of like the paintings and pictures and all that in the walls. But now it's
a map of London.
Time to move on.
At last. Let's see. The district of Whitechapel.
And I'm not gonna procrastinate in every spot. It's just I wanted to check around in there, but it's not a super long game, but long enough that we need to keep moving forward, you see. And also, I have a walkthrough on hand somewhere if I need one. I will need one at some point. However, I have played through this before twice. Like, it's been good years since the last time, but indeed. So I have some memory of some puzzles, but not all of them. So it's not going to be all just me just...
I found the map, Holmes, and I was able to locate the Whitechapel police station.
Congratulations, Watson. Come, the game is afoot. You can read the article to me on the way.
Awesome. So I'm not going to be all just wasting time on every single
Watson,
puzzle.
in Whitechapel.
Not very bright, and what cold. A typical London morning.
Come, Watson, let's find this police station.
Awesome. And the police station is very much in our face. You control Sherlock Holmes. Let's go and see. Hello.
Well, this station isn't very well kept, I say.
It's a local outpost, Watson. The daily tasks that confront these constables are not the easiest, and they are poorly paid.
A workplace is a workplace, I always say. Hello, good man.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Hello, I would like to speak with the Chief Inspector, if you please.
Constable Humphreys here. I am the only one in at the moment. What do you want with the Chief?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am...
Sherlock Holmes? The detective that I read about in the papers? Well, that's a treat, that is. You come about the Buck Row case, have you? Indeed, we...
Not at all. We were just passing by chance. You say that there was a crime recently.
You don't know? You must be the only folk in London who haven't heard.
It won't be long until you find the culprit, no doubt.
Nothing is less certain. Suspects, 0. Clues, 0. It's not good for us, especially not in this district.
The reports.
Listen, this isn't what I came here for, but if I can be of service, in a confidential capacity, of course, if you can entrust me with a copy of the preliminary reports, I could study them and return later with my conclusions.
It's just that these are official documents. I can't take a decision like that without the inspectors. The sooner we know the facts in the file, the sooner we can be of help, my friend. Say, if you are Sherlock Holmes, you can find anything, isn't that true? With your magnifying glass, footprints?
My performance is often embellished by my biographer.
Ah, good. Good. I will give you the reports, but could you do me a small favour first? During my rounds, I dropped a leather folder containing some papers. Nothing of importance, but it's a big mistake. I would go looking for it myself, but I am stuck here on duty. I must have lost it near the seedy boarding house not far from here. Left when you leave the courtyard and left again in the lane. Perhaps you could go, ask around.
Cool beans.
We shall see what we can do.
Let's see what we can do. Okay,
Are we going to go look for these documents?
sure.
Why not? It'll give us an occasion to take a tour of the district, Watson.
We'll tour the district, you know, in the meantime when we do all the other stuff. So, let's see here. First left, and then left on the quote-unquote lane. So, around here. Ha! Hello. Are you a person to ask stuff from? A cool reflection. A cool reflection, actually, on the water there. I kind of like it.
Good day, sir. You wouldn't happen to have seen a leather folder on the ground around here, would you?
Good day, gentlemen. Finley, caretaker of this building. Here to serve. And yes, less than an hour ago. But some of the local urchins picked it up and God only knows where it might be now.
That's unfortunate. This police bag contained documents that the local police will miss.
You're inspectors.
Not at all. I am Dr. Watson, and this is Sherlock Holmes, the detective.
Sherlock Holmes, the great detective. You must be here about last night's murder. Have you discovered the identity of the poor woman?
Indeed, I'd only to read the papers.
Mine is dated from this morning, and it does not say who it is.
Okay.
I'm not really engaged in this case, but if I can help the police, I will do so willingly.
Oh, to be sure. I've been told that Inspector Aberline is in charge, a very capable man.
Aberline. The name rings a bell from other stuff, but not sure.
So, according to you, I have no chance of finding this folder then?
Indeed. But I, on the other hand, should be able to find it. Do me a favour in exchange. A vagrant comes almost every night to sleep in one of the nooks not far from my windows. He coughs, howls, sometimes even sings. He's quite hefty and I don't dare approach him. I've lost 3 tenants because of him. If it's you who speaks to the police, they will take this matter more seriously. Tell them about the captain. They'll know who you're talking about. In the meantime, I'll find your police bag.
Okay then. So yeah, it's
Let's go to the police station.
let's go back indeed. So it's not going to be so it'll take this a few moments to get into the murders here, but again, like these dark alleys, they just I don't know, like even with these dated graphics, it just there's a sense of, I don't know, dread in here. I kind of it kind of tingles me a bit. It's fun. Okay, so back to the police station, and let's try to not waste time going there. So hello, good man again. I didn't find the folder, but can you tell me about other stuff?
So, gentlemen, have you found my police bag?
No.
Not quite yet. Do you know a vagrant who goes by the name of the Captain?
Captain? Yes, an old sailor, strong as a Turk and tattooed from head to toe. The drink has turned him into a derelict.
Oh,
He
no.
appears to be causing some problems for the caretaker of the building at the end of the street.
What do you want us to do? Every night, stairwells, halls and porches become public dormitories, and people don't only come to sleep. I believe this man has a niece who puts him up sometimes. Her lodgings are in Commercial Street, right after the alley with the boarding house. You won't forget my folder, will you?
And the boarding house was the place.
Do you believe this woman will agree to have her uncle stay with her?
No idea. Oh well, let's go see her just the same.
Awesome. And let's do exactly that. So I still remember pretty much where she is, I think, right after the boarding house, which would be, like, I think that was the boarding house, or at least, yeah, and that says...
Commercial Street.
Yes. And there is...
There.
Yeah.
This is where the niece of the captain must live.
Hello, niece of the captain.
Good day, miss. Would you happen to be the niece of the man known as the Captain?
Oh, yes, that would be me. What has he done this time? He isn't... Oh, my God. I'm on my way.
Your uncle.
Miss, we have come to ask if you could have your uncle come live with you. He sleeps under the windows of a boarding house, causes the caretaker no end of problems.
I know. I've lodged him for a while, and he was the same here. My landlord made me kick him out. I'm ashamed, you know. I never should have, given the state of his health. He coughs day and night.
Okay, take care of your uncle.
There might be a way to calm his cough. I am a doctor. I could examine him.
You went to see a doctor at the clinic, but the medicine costs too much. I can hardly pay my rent.
We will see to it. Where might your uncle be found?
I don't know. He must be in the vicinity, but I don't know exactly where.
Okay,
We will find him.
so
Holmes, this is serious. Find an alcoholic in Whitechapel? A needle in a haystack would be easier.
Come, dear doctor, let's trust to our lucky star. Moreover, we also have our informers, remember?
Are you referring to those brats to whom you are always giving charity?
Exactly, my secret police. Some of them must surely roam in this area. It suffices to find them.
okay then. So next to Batty Street corner. There you go. I guess I saw the sign, you see. But hello.
Hello, young man. How are you?
I recognize him. It's the lad who sells newspapers, who is always calling outside our windows at Baker Street early in the morning.
Hello, Mr. Holmes. It's a treat to see you again. What can I do?
Well, the captain.
Would you happen to know an old sailor who goes by the name of the Captain? A poor man who hits the bottle a bit hard.
Of course, Mr. Holmes. He's there at the end of the street. Round to the left he is. But be careful. He can be a tough customer, that one.
Very good, my young man. The doctor will give you a little something. Watson?
Huh? I say, Holmes?
Is he always such a skinflint with you, Mr. Holmes? Well, thanks to you, Mr. Holmes. Anytime you need me.
Perfect. And let's just so down the left, so in here, because this one I don't exactly remember. So I'm expecting to look for a.
I have nothing to ask.
Okay, so it's not him. A person
I
who.
can hear someone coughing more than is natural, Holmes.
Aha!
Yes, Watson. The poor man cannot be too far away.
I think we're looking at him straight in the face, right there.
If, in order to listen to us, this man imposes as condition that we find his pet cockroach, there will be another murder in Whitechapel today, Watson. Yours.
Ah,
Oh boy. Holmes is not a man of tact, you see.
he is in a critical state, Holmes. He has barely a month left.
Is there a way, dear doctor, to ensure that this last month passes in silence?
Really, Holmes, sometimes you... Oh, really? I will make note of some medicine to get immediately that will relieve his pain.
Very well. I will locate an apothecary or a clinic.
Oh, good. Okay, Ooh, we actually get the fast travel point to the clinic. So we're at this point we're in here, I think, in the dead end. That's the Lucy's lodgings, and that's the boarding house. So and that's the police station. So we're filling up the map quite nicely. So clinic.
This building is a clinic.
I'm sure it is. And the game crashed. Oh, good.